I figured I would tackle one of the questions I get asked most about, and it's macros. What are they? How do I track them? How do I eat within them? I've been keto for over 2 years, about 2.5 years now. I've lost 60 pounds and been able to maintain that loss for over 1.5 years. Almost 2 years now. One of the main reasons for being able to lose the weight and maintain it is that I've been tracking my macros and eating within them. Now, for those of you that don't know what macros are, essentially it's an umbrella term. So you have your calories, which is going to be the top of the umbrella, and then down from that you would have your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. And those add up to the amount of calories you can have a day. When I was losing weight, I had a caloric deficit. Now that I'm maintaining, I don't have that deficit anymore, but I still track macros. There are some on the ketogenic diet that don't believe in macro tracking, and that's fine if it works for you. For me and the people that I've worked with, tracking macros has been basically the most important part to maintaining ketosis and to also losing weight consistently. That just makes sure that you're getting in the proper amount of fats, the proper amount of protein, and the proper amount of calories for your specific goals. It's very easy to overeat when you're not tracking. For example, on a high-fat diet, most foods that are high in fat are also high in calories. And it may seem like a small portion, but it adds up really quickly. Let's take, for example, the pink drink that a lot of people order at Starbucks. Heavy whipping cream adds up very quickly. You could have a 400-calorie drink on your hands. Many of the pink drinks I see that are very, very light pink, that's a 400-calorie drink. And most people wouldn't think that. They think I'm just adding heavy whipping cream, it's mostly fat, there's no carbs, and probably about 50 or so calories. But that's just not the case. So it adds up super quick. Next thing you know, if you're getting in these high fat foods and not paying attention to calories, you no longer have a caloric deficit, so you're not losing weight, but then you start to have a caloric surplus. Now you're gaining weight or even stalling. So it's very important to track. When I see people that'll say, I've been keto for 6 weeks or 6 months and I'm just not losing weight, one of the first things I ask them is, are you tracking your calories? Are you tracking your macros and eating within them? If the answer is no, I always say, well, you need to figure out what your macros are and eat within them. The answer is yes. I ask, where did you calculate your macros? There are so many different websites out there to calculate your macros, and you might notice that many of them are very different from each other. The website out there that I find to be the most accurate estimate of what a person needs is rule.me. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but I find that they're a free macro calculator that's really great for people. So that's the one I would recommend. So once you know your macros, you go on there, you put in all your information, you're gonna get to one of the questions that asks for your body fat percentage. Now with body fat percentage, they do show pictures to help you estimate, but I always believe it's best to actually calculate it. You can use a scale that measures your body fat percentage, or you could go and Google body fat percentage calculator. The calculator.net one is actually really great. I found it to be very accurate. I've had DEXA scans done before in the past, and it's pretty close to what that website gives. So use that to calculate your body fat percentage. Use the calculator, put in everything, get your macros, and at the end of it, it's gonna tell you what your calories should be for whether you wanna gain weight, lose weight, or maintain weight. It'll tell you what your fat, your protein, and your carbs are. I recommend keeping carbs at 20 grams of net carbs per day. That just makes sure that you can still have a good amount of leafy greens and vegetables in your day and get in some good fiber as well. So once you calculate that out, now you have to eat within it. And while it may seem super daunting, just download a free app like MyFitnessPal or Carb Manager and start inputting what you want to eat. For me personally, this is my key to eating within my macros. I always track in advance. The night before, I put in all my food because once you eat something, you can't uneat it. So knowing what you're having in advance will allow you to change things around to fit your day so you're not blowing all of your macros by lunchtime. I'm someone that always needs a dessert. Since I've done keto, I've had a dessert every night. It's just something that I look forward to and helps to keep me on plan without veering off. Now I put my dessert in first. Then I put my breakfast, which is almost always a bulletproof tea. Sometimes I'll do one of my pastries or my faux oatmeal. And then I put my dinner in. Whatever is left over from my macros, I make a salad with. I do this for 2 reasons. One, it helps get in some leafy greens, which is some good fiber and micronutrients. And number 2, salad can be super low calorie to start. So I usually start with 1 cup of romaine and 2 to 3 cups of spinach. Then I add my dressing. I look at what I have for fats and protein. If I need more protein, I'll add eggs to it. I'll add meat. If I need more fats, I will add some nuts, some cheese, some avocado, more dressing, and I can easily adjust that to fit into my day for whatever macros I have left over. And there's no reason why I can't fit a salad in, even if I have a big dinner. So that's how I eat within my macros. I find it super helpful. I hope you also find that super helpful. And also, pro tip, if you use any of my recipes from my website or Instagram, so Keto4Carboholics.com or Keto4Carboholics on Instagram, I actually input those macros into both MyFitnessPal and Carb Manager, so you can easily search for Keto4Carboholics and then type in the recipe name and find it to track. That way you don't have to add all the ingredients in. to calculate the macros for the recipe. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this video informative and it's helped to answer some of your questions about macros. If you have more questions, go ahead and leave them below. I'll make sure to answer them down there or answer them in future videos. If you aren't already subscribed to our channel, go ahead and click down below to subscribe. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. And if you aren't already following us on Instagram and Facebook, go ahead and look us up. It's Keto for Carboholics. See you in the next video.